Okay, so in today's video I'm going to do another breakdown of my remixes, on how I do my remixes. This is the second video because I did the one like a month ago, and this time I'm going to show 4 remixes. The last one I only showed 1 of them, and in this one I'm going to show 4 of them that are recent. Let's start with the first one, which is the most recent one, My Ordinary Life from The Living Tombstone. So this is, I put this remix yesterday. I don't know when I'm going to put this video, probably the same day that I'm recording. So yeah, this was yesterday. So basically things changed from the last video because I kind of learned new things, and I know how to do the mix a bit better than before. Usually I learned that sometimes it's the best to start with the drums. And if you do a remix of a song that has a cappella, basically you have to put the acapella and do the drums first, because I don't know, I find it easier to make the instrumental go with the drums in the acapella after than doing it before. I don't know, from especially this one, I firstly I did the drums and put the acapella, and then put the bass and the other things, piano and the other instruments that are in the song. So basically I did something, I think this is the same pattern as in the original, the same drums and snares, the same pattern, different sounds of course, but it's basically the same pattern. And I always change the BPM to like 6 more. The original is 176 and this one is 182. This is like the range that I'm usually doing, like 5 or 6 more. It depends on how fast it sounds, because I don't want to sound super fast, of course. So yeah, I did this, and I got these loops from I use Sample Focus, which is basically it's free. I mean, you have 3 credits every day, and it hasn't been 24 hours, it seems. So basically I have 3 credits every day, and you can do multiple accounts. I have like 3 accounts. You can do more, it depends on how many Gmail addresses you have, and you can get whatever sounds you want, drums, any instrument, things like this. And yeah, I got these 2, which I think sound pretty good. And I also put this hey chant. Okay, then with the acapella. They tell me keep it simple, I tell them take it slow. I feed it water and ideas, so I let it grow. I tell them. And also I put all the drums, instruments, I put them in these channels, then I put all of them. I right click here and route to this track only. I always put all of them into one track and rename them drums. Then I put a compressor and I put the drums preset, and I put the gain a bit down because usually it's like 9 decibels, which is pretty much, honestly. You don't really want the drums to be over the instruments. And I also tweak it a bit here, like 70%, something like this. And usually it's going to sound, it basically glues them together. I'm not the best at explaining things. I'm explaining what I understood from other tutorials and other people. So yeah, those tutorials are better than mine. I mean, this is not really a tutorial. I put all of them here. Then with the acapella, I don't put too many effects on the voice. I usually put a EQ, because basically I have to put an EQ for every instrument and everything, because you have to tweak the frequencies to not clash and things like this. So basically I have to cut a bit of the lows, and I usually put the yellows kind of like the mids here a bit down, and I don't know, you can put the highs higher if you want the sound to sound more cleaner. They tell me keep it simple, I tell them take it slow. I feed it water and ideas, so I let it grow. I tell them and also reverb. Okay, the bass. The thing is, usually I use a lot of the same instruments in every remix, especially the drums. I think I use this kick. I've been using this same kick for like more than 1 year, so it's the same kick. All of my remixes from the past year is the same kick. I think all of them, because I like how it sounds, and I'm too lazy to find others that sound good. And it's a kick from I don't know, I got the kick from a project file from Dark Side from Alan Walker. So I don't know where I got that from. It's been a long time. So yeah, I always use this one. When it comes to Reese basses, I always use this. It's a plugin that I have. I don't know where I got it from, honestly. I I've been using this for a long time as well, so I don't really know, but I use this Echo Sound Works, and it's the first one all time. And I unchecked this sub because I don't really like how it sounds with this. And also another bass that's a bit bouncier, it's this one from Citrus Deep. It's this one right here, Deep. And I put them on 2 separate channels. The wrist bass I cut. Basically I only leave the mids because you have to leave the lows for the other bass. I always leave the lows for the other bass. And for the piano, on every, so the thing is, on every instrument I don't really put too many effects. I only put EQ, and on, besides bass, I always cut the lows, some around here for almost all of them, and for the bass I cut the highs. So that's basically for, I mean, for the flute as well, I cut the lows and put this knob a bit higher, and also for the leads as well. So the basses are the only things that we have to cut the highs basically, and other things that have a low sound. Again, I don't really know how to explain better than this because I'm not great at explaining. I'm not great at explaining things in general, even though I know them. Yeah, I also put all of them in the sidechain. I uncheck them from this one because they're by default they're like this, without this right line here. They're like this. I uncheck them from here and then put them all the instruments. I put all of the instruments on this one for the sidechain, because basically with the kick, you can do this with the snare. I do this with the snare as well. You go to the kick channel and then right click here and sidechain to this track, and then you put a limiter on the sidechain channel. You go to comp and you select the kick pattern, and then you play around with the threshold and ratio, so that when the kick plays, the instruments are like, their volume are getting a bit lower, so that the kick is punching more, something like this, and the snare as well. And I also put kickstart, which is basically like sidechain as well. And now with the instruments, with all of the instruments. This one is the flute. I used 2 flutes. One of them is from Nexus. Again, I don't know where I got them from. It's from a project file from a song from Alan Walker, from what I remember. So I don't really know. And the other one is from Flex pan flute. I started to use a lot of instruments from Flex because it's weird that there are actually a lot of plugins from FL Studio that sound good, because I haven't used Flex like at all until like, I don't know, the past month, because I never really liked how those instruments sounded like. But now I believe that there are a lot of instruments that are really good from there. And also the thing with the notes, basically, usually when I do a remix, I literally search on the internet a project file or a MIDI file for the song, for the respective song. And when I don't find anything, it's pretty rare to find project files for songs. If it's not a really popular song, chances to find the project file is really low, but you can find MIDI files pretty easy because it's a site called Online Sequencer where you can find a lot of songs. I mean, I think most of the remixes that I made, I got the MIDI file from that site. So it's a good site if you want to do remixes and don't want to put anything. I think I only did 2 remixes where I put everything by ear, and it took a while, but it felt more rewarding, honestly. And yeah, if I don't find project files or MIDI files, I basically search piano videos on YouTube of people that play the song on piano and take the notes from there. I have to put them manually, which is it's a bit time consuming and annoying, but it's better than nothing or having to put them by ear. But with this one I found the MIDI file, and also risers and impacts and automations for sidechain for the vocals, and for these suspension things. I don't really know how to call them, for these, like, to make them sound a bit like underwater muddy, something like this. Especially for this part, which I really like. And also for the master, I always put the same plugins. EQ for the lows and highs, and to cut a bit from this because it removes boxiness from what I understood, and this one to give it a bit more air. I put patcher with the preset of mid-side equalizer, and I cut like 130 hertz from the lows. Then I put Maximus and I play around with the low, mid and highs. I always put them like this, the line, and I play around with these. And with the master, I heard that it's good to put this on 1% and this one somewhere around minus 0.6, because when you export it, it's going to sound better or something like this. I don't really understood why, but it's a good thing to do, honestly. And a compressor with the preset of complete mix. And I cut a bit of the gain as well, because it's a bit too loud if you let it like that. And this is not really necessary for this, but if you want to make the kick punchier, you can also play with the fruity limiter from the master. You can put the threshold, you can play the threshold and the ratio. Also I put the ceiling to -1 decibels. So basically this is what I'm doing, and this one is for the automations, for the lows and highs. There aren't that many things that I'm doing, honestly. Unlike the other video that I did, these are completely new things that I'm doing. The next one is this one from Has Been Hotel, which gained like 1,000 views, which is pretty good for me, honestly. And I also put it on Spotify, and I like okay, so for this one I actually had to pay for a MIDI file. I don't know how much I paid. I think like it's not really that much, $2 or $3, but I don't really like to pay for making music. I mean, for things like this, like paying for MIDI files, or I don't know, paying for for a singer or something like this, because I don't really make money from these, and I don't want to lose money by doing this, because I'm making this more like a passion, but I don't really want to lose money from this. So basically I had to buy a MIDI file, because it was the only MIDI file that had a good guitar pattern like the original. And I'm really proud of this guitar. It's MIDI guitar, it's not really guitar. A bunch of Nexus guitars, dance guitar, jazzy guitar, something from Serum 2, and yeah, flex. A lot of patterns. I had to cut. I cut some things because I didn't really like how they sounded, and yeah, it seems like this took a bit to cut everything like this. And the piano, and also I really like this ARP. I haven't used it in a while, but in some occasions it sounds really good. And also the bass. This one is from Silent 1. Again, I got it from a project file, I don't remember from where. And this is not really that. I don't really go crazy on drums, because I don't really know how to make a lot of I don't really know how to put a lot of different percussions and things to make them sound good. And you know, sometimes keeping things simple is good. But yeah, I didn't do the same mastering as the other one, because this was before doing my Ordinary Life one. So yeah, this is a bit different. I don't really remember why I put 3 equalizers, so this is kind of weird for me seeing this. Okay, and this is just repeating and repeating over and over, because the original song, I don't know how long the original song is. It's not really that long. It's like, I don't know, but basically I repeated the lyrics like twice. So basically this should be like almost twice as long as the original. And I also did the same thing. Okay, there's going to be 5 songs in this video, not 4, because I did the same thing with the other one that I did from Has Been Hotel, Hell's Greatest Dead. I mean, not really, the original song is pretty long, but it has some parts that I didn't really like, and I didn't really know how to do a remix of that, because it's basically just them speaking, not really singing. And it's just that last part where that character girl comes in. I don't really know who she is, I forgot. So yeah, and I really like this song, because it's that, if you know, it's that generic electro swing pattern. I'm talking about this one. I mean, it's pretty generic. And I remember that I did a song a while ago when I was doing songs, original songs a while ago. I wanted to do an electro swing song and I searched for tutorials, and it was the same generic pattern for the bass and piano. It's basically the same pattern. I really like this. So this was basically, I saw this as basically almost like a remix of that song that I did like 2 years ago. And some trumpets from Serum and Flex, if I'm not mistaken. Some violins. Usually the violins are from Nexus. The same, I don't know, like the flute. I don't really know where where I got them from. This one is a trombone. Yeah, from Flex. This one, the kicks. This one, the basses. This is from Flex as well, from what I remember, and this one is from Silent, the same one as before, in the Out for Love. And the kicks, again, the drums are not really that crazy. And also the ARP, yeah, I forgot about this. The ARP. Also, I like this kind of break parts, something like a build up. And also it's like a transition from the first lyrics to the other lyrics. From the first character to the second. And then I basically repeated everything because I didn't really know how to do that part after this. I wish that I had thought her I spawn. It's a little funny. You could almost call me Dad. This was a side thing. Now back to the basically third. I mean, this is now the fourth one. The fourth one is, I mean, this is not really. This is basically related to Has Been Hotel as well. If you know the meme, if you know the I mean the controversy and the incident. We do not talk about the incident, we talk mainly about the song, because like I said in the video, in the remix video, I put in the comments and also in the description that I did this remix only because I thought that the song itself sounded fire and it really deserved the remix, because I searched remixes for this song and I only found one that's basically made by the same people that made the original song. I don't know if it's made by the same people, but it's on their channel. So I didn't see any other remixes and I thought, why shouldn't I do a remix to be basically the second person that does this? I really like the song. And this was not my first try at doing a remix for this song. This was like the third. I tried doing this like half a month ago and it didn't really work out. I don't really know why, because you know, I feel like the instrumental for this song is a bit hard to reproduce, for me at least. So I decided, why shouldn't I don't know, shift the genre, or I don't know, do different instrumental basically. I mean, it's basically the same patterns as in the original song, but it's more like a house remix, and I really like this. It's more like a chiller one. And also, a side note, if you have to compare the 50k video and the original video of the song, I would say that the original video of the song is weirder, and also, I don't really know how to explain this. It's weirder than the 50k video, and I saw both of them, and I have to say that at least the 50k video is an animation. It doesn't matter the purpose of the animation. The video of the song itself is I say illegal, because it's basically a girl that kisses everyone in the restaurant, and at one point she even kisses a child on the lips, and it's in a really weird way. I had some flashbacks for a second there. And in this one as well, I started with the drums. Then I had the idea of doing this like house remix thing. And the next one is going to be like the same, basically the same. The next remix that I'm going to show, the final, the same mastering as the My Ordinary Life. Oh yeah, and usually I get the acapellas from two places. If I get lucky, I either search the acapella of the song, which in most cases you can find on YouTube. Most of the time they are pretty high quality, so that's a good thing. This one was from YouTube, so, and it was high quality. The second way is different sites, and the site that I'm mostly using is this one, Free Acapella Extractor, because a cool thing about this one is that it also gives you backing vocals and lead vocals, so it gives you both vocals, which is super cool. And I also tried some others. I didn't really do remixes with all of these, but I don't know, some of these are just scrapped remixes, but not every time will you get a good acapella from either places. And I had a case. I wanted to do a remix with the first and also the 6th season of Totally Spies, the intro theme, and those two songs have lyrics. I didn't really get a good clean acapella, so I basically scrapped them. Yeah, pretty disappointing, but yeah, that's just the way it is. If you don't have anyone, I really like to have someone to do vocals for him, because I mean, most of the time I have my friend Crixie for some of them, and I can also find, I mean, it's kind of hard to find people to do vocals for free, especially because I tried before on a lot of sites and Discord servers. It's pretty hard, especially to find someone with a good voice that wants to do this for free. So yeah, back to the remix. Also, I really like the guitar. They're from Flex as well. Electric. So this is electric finger bass. This is the bass. This is a black guitar, electric guitar clean. I really like these guitar shots. These are super cool. These are some piano and the synth from Serum. No, the piano is from Nexus, and the piano is from Flex. This one, Honky Tonk. I discovered this recently, and it's a super cool piano, honestly. And synth from Serum. I mean, most of my, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, most of my remixes follow basically the same pattern. I mean, it's going to be like intro, like some sort of build up, drop, second verse, drop, outro, basically like this. So this is going to be, almost every time is going to be the same. But sometimes I try to use different instruments and things so that it sounds different. I mean, this one is a bit different because I used new instruments like synths and guitars that I haven't used before. I don't really know what else to show in this one. I also did sidechain like the My Ordinary Life with this one, all of the instruments and kick and snare. Yeah, now the last one is the Starboy by The Weeknd, the remix. Basically the same thing, it's like the same style. And for this one, from what I remember, I got half of the patterns, like I don't really remember if I got half of them from a project file and half of them from a piano video. So I know that the piano is I got the piano from a piano video. It's not the same as in the original, from what I know. I don't really remember how the original sounds like. This is basically when I do remixes, it's kind of weird that I almost always forget how the original song sounds like, and I also always feel weird when I hear the original song. And also when you do remixes, there's two bad sides, basically, for me especially. This is my opinion. This video is strictly my opinion. The first one is the fact that there's a good chance that most of the remixes are going to be stuck in your head, which is happening right now with the flute from My Ordinary Life. It's basically stuck in my head. And the second thing is that by the time you get to upload the remix, you are going to hate it. I mean, this is basically what happens to me, because you hear it so many times that it's basically, it doesn't sound good anymore. I don't know, you're used to it. So that's the thing. These are the two bad sides for me. This is more like a house type beat, drums with the shakers and hi-hats. I mean, this song is so popular that you are going 100% to find MIDI files, project files, clean acapellas, stems, everything, because it's so popular. I think it has 1 billion from what, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really know. Oh, and also I think this one, for this one I used 2 acapellas because I didn't really like how the first one sounded at the drop, and I got another one. And this one is pretty repetitive. I mean, this might be one of the most repetitive remixes that I've ever did, because you see that the same patterns, it's the same piano pattern for the entire song. I mean, in this one is basically it's not the same because I cut it at the drop a bit, it's not just one chord, but other than that it's basically the same thing, and the bass and everything. So you know, sometimes simple things are better. I mean, not really that simple, but it's not really that good to complicate things and put a lot of instruments, which I usually do, and it's not that good. Because if you can make a powerful instrumental from a few instruments, it's good, because you have to make an instrumental that, I don't know, that stands out, that is full basically. And if you can manage to do that with a few instruments, you don't have to put a lot of them, so that they don't clash each other, and it's not an overuse of instruments. I mean, it depends on every song, genre, instruments, everything. So yeah, basically that's all. No, I really like doing remixes of songs that have guitars, but it's so, I think for me the guitar is one of the most annoying instruments to work with, because it's kind of hard to use MIDI guitars, especially when you want to make them sound realistic, and also when you want to use electric guitars, because that's what I mainly like over the acoustic guitars. And it's kind of hard, honestly, because I also have a real guitar, but I honestly don't really know how to play it. I mean, I know like 2 or 3 notes from different songs. I don't really know anything other than that. I've had it for a long time, and I simply forgot about it. Yeah, I basically know that and 2 more, like. Yeah, I don't know, I feel kind of bad that I got a guitar, because I really wanted it, and now I don't, yeah, so I feel pretty bad that I got a guitar, but yeah, that's life. So yeah, basically that's the video. It's more updated. I have to see how much I can edit from this video, because I've been recording for 40 minutes, I don't know how, and I have to make it shorter, because 40 minutes on explaining all remixes, it's pretty much, you know, other experts could have done this in like 4 minutes, 1 minute each. So yeah, this is not a professional channel, this is just a bedroom producer trying to explain what he's doing. So yeah, this is the video. If you enjoyed it, you know, to like and subscribe, and you can check out my Spotify and other streaming services where I put music. I have to see where to put the links and things. So yeah, I see you in the next one.